So Henry, we're talking preliminary judicial and final judicial services. I'm not even sure what that means.
So a preliminary judicial, usually if there's a foreclosure, the attorney is going to need to get that preliminary judicial report to see what is actually on title, because it has to be entered into the foreclosure and the docket. Everyone has to be served. We need to know what actual liens are on there, if there's any additional besides the mortgage or that we're foreclosing on, or the taxes. Multiple times there are tax foreclosures as well.
So again, this is like some research in the background of the piece of property, and what hidden things may linger in terms of liens.
So if you need to foreclose on a property, you have to have a preliminary judicial to submit to the court. Everybody will be served. It will be courts through the courts. At the end of it, there's going to be the final judicial.
And, just to be confirmed, so when everybody's being served, who is that? Who are those different parties? Who would be?
It would be anybody on title.
Okay.
So
any individuals at all, like co-ownership or anything like that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There are cases where people try to avoid it and add or transfer the deed, thinking they will not be foreclosed on. However, they would be entered into the foreclosure as well.
So whomever they transfer to, they'd be on the hook too. So it's good for them to know that's
they will check with the taxes to make sure, because taxes always have first priority. And then if there was a second mortgage, they would be entered, and the foreclosure as well.
Can I then, just for clarity, between the preliminary and the final? So what are the preliminary services then specifically, and then what are the final judicial services? It's
basically an update, making sure there's no additional.
Nothing's changed since the preliminary.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so it's the final chance for the judge. So, and again, this is like a legal thing that you have to do. They have to have done. You have to have this paperwork if you're going to foreclose.
Yes.
Okay. That's the bank foreclosing or any lender?
The bank can foreclose.
Okay.
Any lender.
Okay.
You can have it so much as a mechanic lien and not be paid on the mechanic lien and try to foreclose if the title was cleared.
All right. So
if there's no additional mortgage in advance, of course, if there was a mortgage ahead of you, the mortgage company is going to try to stop that, because they're going to want to pay first.
Those are all the potential clients. So the actual people you're working for might be the bank. It might be somebody who did work on the house and never got. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I've had an incident where the title, there was no mortgages on the property, taxes were paid up to date, there was a mechanic lien on the property, and they refused to pay for that mechanic lien. So the contractor submitted to the court pre-foreclosure documents.
Okay. I got a better understanding of that now. And in terms of, is it then the research work you do on the paperwork, all that, or is there any representation from you guys like in the court in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Okay. All right.
Only the paperwork.
Okay, and that's the paperwork you have to have if you're going to foreclose, and you guys take care of it, and everything's. Andrea, thank you. I understand it better now. That's great. You've been doing this for a while. 30 years?
30 years.
Okay, so you kind of know what you're doing, huh?
Yes.
All right. Fantastic.
30 years I've been in this industry.